Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Mr. Burrows here, replying to a contest giveaway by one of the very first YouTubers, collectors that I found by the name of Deadguycardboard. He's asking us to post a video of our rarest cards. And I got excited by this because his criteria were not super specific, which is great. You know, he's not looking for all these one-on-ones and whatnot, which is what everybody chases nowadays, which is great. But for the 90s, you know, those are really, really, really tough to come by. And so he said that he wanted to see our rarest cards, and he wanted us to nominate a YouTuber who was 18 and under, and I am fudging that a little bit, not by much. I posted in your video and asked if it was okay, and so I got the old thumbs up like, and so I'm going to go with that. So first, I'd like to nominate Yankees 213 on YouTube. He's a fellow A-Rod collector. He's got 102 subscribers. He has got some of the rarest, most unique looking A-Rod cards out there. I don't want to give away what he has because I think you should go check out his videos. He's been posting a couple of new ones, kind of more or less doing an overview of his collection. So far, he's got some autos and patch videos up, and I've kind of been helping him a little bit, guiding him towards the 90s market without him, you know, of course, us crossing over and getting the same cards. It's been really nice to be able to kind of help a fellow collector out get into this era. But anyway, go check him out if you're into A-Rod cards. He's got some pretty cool Yankees cards as well, not just Alex Rodriguez, so go check those out. And let's get into it. So not only do I have three A-Rods and then another card that I consider a very rare card for a specific reason, but I have some info to go with it to back it up. You know, I don't have any of these crazy mirror golds or any of these cards that cost, you know, thousands of dollars. Mine are a little bit different in why they're rare. So let's start off with the very first one here. Probably my favorite card in my collection. From 1999 Upper Deck Ionics, the Holographics insert. Now, this has some pretty interesting information behind it. So Holographics, it was a new set in 99. It was $5 a pack when it first came out, first of all. And there are 20 packs per box. So if you bought those per pack, just imagine what you go through. I think boxes retail at around $100. So you could get a bit of a deal there. But these were inserted at 1 out of 1,500 packs. 1 out of 1,500 packs. So if a box has 20 packs, it would take you 75 boxes to pull one of these. Now do that math real quick at $100 a box on average. Okay? Then there's 12 boxes per case. So that means you'd have to get 6 1/4 cases. You'd have to open 6 1/4 cases with the hopes of even seeing one of these. And there's 10 cards in the set. So, I mean, if you're after King Griffey Jr., you got a 1 in 10 chance of getting him, plus all these other odds stacked on top of you. So, you know, I think this is an extremely rare card. Still bummed in a way that they're not numbered, but I think that's part of the reason why you can still pick these up for a reasonable price. If you're able to find one of these, even with a player that's not as well known, I think there's Kerry Wood is one of them, and he's a great player in his own right, but a bit cheaper than some of these other guys, like Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, King Griffey Jr., Cal Ripken. Go pick one up if you ever get a chance. I mean, I've seen more of these up on eBay for some reason than 2 other cards I'm chasing that I've never seen, and I really feel like there's only 50 at the most of these, maybe less. So really, really amazing card. I still can't believe I paid what I did. I'll probably never see one that cheap again, ever. I used to have one years ago, and I still regret getting rid of it. And the odds of this one being it, pretty slim, but love having it back in my collection. Next, for any of you that grew up like me with reading Beckett and watching the 90s market just take off, these cards were really sought after. And this one's from 1998 Upper Deck, a piece of the action game jersey. Now, you might look at this and think, okay, well, this is a super plain card. Nowadays, everybody's got jersey cards. Pulling a jersey card is like, oh, yep, well, next card. But back in the mid-90s, they started trying this idea out of getting pieces of jerseys that actually were worn in games. Unlike nowadays, most of Panini stuff is put on for 5 seconds and taken off. But these were worn in-game, and they were really, really tough to come by and really expensive. Just think about this. A game jersey like this back when it came out was probably $300 or $400. I got this for about $20. Now, you might think, okay, well, the price doesn't make it rare, Matt. Well, you're right. It doesn't. But the fact that these were one out of 2,500 packs, and Upper Deck had 24 packs per box. So go do the math there. And I haven't even got into how many players are in the set because there's Series 1 and Series 2. So really, really, really awesome to see this card. I remember seeing something like this in a case when I got towards the end of collecting when I was a kid. And I mean, $300-$400 price tags on these things. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So really, really excited to have this in my collection. It's really, I have it out on display because I think it represents that feeling that I had as a kid of thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never going to own anything close to this. And then being able to add it to my collection is really cool. And I don't see them come up very often. So really excited to be able to have that. And the last A-Rod I'm going to show off is from 1998 as well. It's from EX 2001. This is the Destination Cooperstown. And these were 1 out of 720 packs, which isn't nearly as high as these other ones. But keep in mind, Fleer EX were some of the coolest base cards. There was 3 cards per pack, and they were really expensive, like $4 or $5 per pack. Correct me if I'm wrong, any of you that used to buy this product, but I had never even seen one of these until I got back into collecting maybe 8 years ago. And one thing that this card doesn't have on it, and I took it off because I wanted it in this case, is there was a string attached right here. And the idea was that these are supposed to look like bag tags. And so you see it says Destination Cooperstown. We've got his basic information in gold lettering here on the back, just some information. But it was meant to look like a bag tag. And I don't know if you can see it. There's an indent right there where the string pushed in on the insert. It was in a different kind of case. And so I clipped that string and put it in this case because I wanted it untouched again. So there you go. Those are my 3 rarest cards per se in my collection. And I love that that word can mean a multitude of things. And the way I'm going to prove that is by showing this last card. Now, I went through a little phase when I got back into collecting a couple years ago where I opened some 90s boxes. And I even wrote for a blog for a little bit, kind of reviewing the boxes. Nothing special, but it was fun. And I opened a box of 1997 Metal Universe. Not Fleer Metal Universe, but Metal Universe. Now, you couldn't get PMGs or anything like that out of it, but the design was awesome. And the case hit insert was the mother load that looked like this. This is the A-Rod. They're really thin and kind of, got the silver foil on them. Real condition sensitive. You can see on the back, I think there's a little bit of chipping going on here. Not a whole lot. This card's in pretty good condition for this insert. But I couldn't believe it. I opened up, I bought a box of it, and in one of the last packs, there was a Mike Piazza. Now, at first glance, it's like, oh, sweet, you got a case hit insert, but look at the top. What happened is the pack was sealed, and you can see the difference here. The top of this card was sealed in the pack where the crimping had happened. So the crimping, you can see, is right there at the top. I'll kind of zoom in on that. There you go. So I bet I have not only pulled a case hit from a 90s box, which happens very rarely nowadays because A, you can't find many of those for cheap, and B, most people, if there are, most people don't buy cheaper products like this. I mean, they're looking for the big cards, and so I feel like this is probably the only Mike Piazza out there that looks exactly like this. So I'm throwing this in the rare category. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely go check out Dead Guy Cardboard and Yankees 213. I'm going to have them linked in the description. Have a great night.